Hey, all right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. It's Pastor Dowell. Hope all is well with you. I've got a series of questions this morning. I think I'm just going to address them like this, and you know who I'm talking to, all right? And the reason why I do these videos like this is because a question, I find it quite often that when someone asks a question, is that there are other people out there that actually had the same question, and they appreciate me answering what someone else has asked because it was something that was a serious concern to them. And in a nutshell, goes like this. Pastor Dowell, why is Straitway so different? Or how is Straitway so different than other ministries? Don't get me wrong. I am under no illusion whatsoever at all. And neither do I think exclusively that we are the only people on the face of planet Earth that is making an attempt to do Yah's will. I don't believe that. I do believe that if you can find someone who is set apart and who is striving to obey the Creator more than us, then you should follow it with all your heart, providing that you're a real, true believer. I haven't seen it here in the United States of America. I didn't say people are striving as hard as we are. I'm just saying I have not seen it. I have not seen it at all. So am I saying we the only ones? No. Listen to my words very carefully. But the reason why people have issues with us is because they involve their emotions, and they involve what's in their head and what's in their mind and what has been placed and inserted and put into their mind. Listen to me very closely, please. Everything in life that you have either accepted as truth or rejected all came upon an agreement that you personally made. That's when something becomes truth. Up until that point, it wasn't truth to you until you got it. But once you made an agreement with that, that became truth to you. That's the reason why there's so many different religions in the world today. That's the reason why there's so many different perspectives. You know, it's amazing how we have one book, and yet we have all these theologies, all the ideologies, all these perspectives, because when you insert the human element into it, people ultimately are going to say, this is what the Bible says, this is what the book says, and it's only something that they highlight personally, that they agree to, and it becomes a tradition, it becomes a doctrine. Of course, the Bible says in Colossians 2:8, you beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. That's what it says. So we're gonna continue to keep experiencing some type of divisive division and discord when people have certain limitations placed on them. And I will tell you this: if you're making the mistake of trying to understand that Bible from an English cultural perspective, if you're trying to understand it from the 14 punctuations of English language and the etymology of an English word, as opposed to the original content, you already finished, you already done for. Because that scriptures, that Bible, it's not Greek, it's not Roman, it's not any of that. It's a Hebrew book. It's a Hebrew book that has been translated, transliterated, and has been repackaged, watered down, and given to us from a Greco-Roman European perspective. And most people, they just refuse to comprehend that. You know, for instance, when I read the Bible, I know full well that book did not come from Alexander the Greek perspective. It didn't even come from the Roman Catholic Church perspective. When my people got over here on slave ships in this land right here, they didn't know the religion of Christianity. That's something that has just been forced down to us, given to us after many centuries of forced compliance. You have to view things from the original context. And of course, you know, one of the reliable sources that we have today is the Septuagint. And of course, if you could define things from, and that's, you know, that's 200 BC. That's way before Christ even came on the earth. If you can define it from that perspective right there and look at his original works right there, then you'll understand and comprehend what that culture understood and comprehend about a particular word in that day. And that's in, comes eisegesis, exegesis. And of course, I'm not going to go into that. If you want to know about that, just go into my archives and look at some of the ministry on Straitway Tech Team. But that's the reason. And I'll close it like this. Somebody wrote a message to me and said, Pastor, I discern you don't eat pork. And you got that right. Damn Skippy, I don't eat pork. I have not had pork in my body. I know close to, 28 years? 28 years. And even before then, I didn't eat much of it. And of course, it depends on what theology and what ideology you belong to, that you may ascribe to. You may justify eating pork, but I'm a student of the word. And I've read that word. And I know what philosophy and theologies and religious traditions do. They'll tell you that this creator universe, who doesn't change, the same yesterday, today, and forever, they'll tell you all of a sudden he's done changed everything and done given us a whole new religion, a whole new perspective, and a whole new people. And I don't believe that. And just by the mere fact, I'm 50 years old. And you'll be hard-pressed. I'm not saying that there isn't, but you'll be hard-pressed to find people that are 50 years old that is in the shape that I'm in. And I'm telling you, and I have not been to a doctor to get operated on. I have not been to a doctor to get checked out, physical or nothing like that, since I left the military. And that's been quite a many moons ago. Now you have to make the best choice and decision for you. When I read the Bible, I find out that swine is an abomination. It's not meant for Hebrew people to eat, so therefore I don't eat it. And because I follow the dietary laws, my health is intact. Now, most of you eat pork, and you have eaten pork, and so how's it working out for you? Because I know people that are 40 years old that they are diabetics. Not only diabetics, they have high blood pressure. They have many different physical ailments and diseases in their bodies and riddled with it, all because of the choices that they made on the foods that they're going to put in to their body. So how's it working out for you? I mean, if pork is good for you, then why do you, first thing you do when you go to the doctor and stuff, and after you done baptize yourself, you done immerse yourself in eating all that swine, why is the first thing that the doctors tell you is to stop eating pork if it's allegedly good for you? We already have enough worms in our body. I don't need the trichinosis worm running through my organs and lungs and kidneys and every damn thing else and reeling up my body and tearing the fire up. There's already enough parasites we all have to deal with besides putting them into us. That's the only animal I know you can cook that book at 450 degrees Fahrenheit and stuff, and you still can't kill that worm called a trichinosis worm. Man, bottom feeders. I mean, hey. But anyway, I don't want to digress. I think you pretty much got the message. The deal is I'm a student. I define words from the original meaning, original content. That's the reason why people find it very hard to comprehend what I'm saying concerning the Bible, because they are not going to look at it from that perspective. They're going to stick with this culture perspective, which they believe is so right. And it's really so wrong. Y'all have a wonderful day, okay? Have a wonderful day.